Choosing a tent for hiking can feel overwhelming. Do you save money with a budget option, go ultralight with a premium Dyneema model, or pick something that balances everything in between? In this video, we'll break down the 3 best hiking tents today. The REI Trail Hut 2 if you want a dependable budget-friendly shelter, the Zpacks Duplex Lite if you're chasing the lightest premium ultralight setup, and the Big Agnes Copper Spur HV-UL2, our top choice overall for its balance of weight, comfort, and reliability. Stick around to see where each tent really shines, the trade-offs you need to know before buying, and a few great alternatives. By the end, you'll know exactly which tent fits your trips, your budget, and your hiking style. Links to all the hiking tents mentioned are available in the description. First, for a budget tent, our suggestion is the REI Co-op Trail Hut 2. If you're looking for a tent that keeps costs low but still feels dependable on the trail, the Trail Hut 2 makes a lot of sense. It's a freestanding 2-person design with 2 doors, 2 vestibules, and it even comes with a footprint included, which is rare at this price. The setup is simple. Standard X poles with a ridge pole give you a decent headroom, so you're not brushing the ceiling every time you sit up. The materials are tough enough to handle repeated use, and it has a full coverage rainfly, so you'll stay dry in stormy conditions. The trade-off is weight. At just under 6 pounds, this tent isn't light compared to premium models. If you're doing long miles, you'll feel it in your pack. But for casual hikers or beginners splitting the weight between 2 people, it's an easy way to save money without sacrificing comfort. Now, if you like the idea of budget but want something lighter, you've got options. The Kelty Late Start 2 cuts weight down closer to 4 pounds, though it only has 1 door, which makes entry and exit a little less convenient. The Nature Hike Cloud Up 2 takes an ultralight approach on a budget. It's around 3.5 pounds and packs small, but its fabrics aren't as durable long term. And if comfort is more important to you than keeping weight down, the REI Half Dome 2 Plus is another step-up option. It's heavier and pricier than the Trail Hut, but you gain extra width and interior space, which makes a big difference for 2 people on longer trips. Next, for a premium tent, our suggestion is the Zpacks Duplex Lite. When you want the lightest fully enclosed shelter possible, the Duplex Lite is the one you'll see on trails like the PCT and the Appalachian Trail. It uses Dyneema fabric, which is waterproof, doesn't sag when wet, and is incredibly light. With trekking poles as its support system, the whole thing weighs under a pound. That means you can cover more ground each day without being weighed down by your shelter. Inside, you've got room for 2 with dual doors and dual vestibules, so each hiker has their own entry and storage. But this kind of performance comes with caveats. Because it's not freestanding, pitching it takes a bit of practice and good staking conditions. It's also one of the most expensive tents you can buy, and while Dyneema is strong, you need to protect it from abrasion. Nevertheless, for ultralight hikers who know how to care for their gear, those trade-offs are worth it. If you want something premium but don't want to deal with trekking pole setup, the Nemo Hornet Elite Osmo 2P is a great alternative. It's semi-freestanding, weighs around 2 pounds, and still gives you 2 doors and vestibules, though the interior feels tighter than the duplex. For hikers who care more about stability in harsh alpine conditions, the Slingfin Portal 2 is a better choice. It's heavier, but it's built like a small fortress with excellent wind resistance. And if you're chasing another Dyneema option, the Hyperlight Unbound 2 is in the same class as the duplex, but with slightly different geometry and features. Each of these alternatives fills a niche, but if absolute minimal weight is your priority, the duplex remains the gold standard. Finally, for the best overall balance, our suggestion is the Big Agnes Copper Spur HV-UL2. This is the tent that checks all the boxes for most hikers. At just over 3 pounds, it's light enough for serious backpacking, but still freestanding, which means you can pitch it anywhere without trekking poles. The high-volume pole design gives you steep walls and a surprisingly spacious interior for 2 people. 2 doors and 2 vestibules make sharing easy, and Big Agnes adds thoughtful touches like interior storage pockets and fly awnings you can prop open for extra ventilation or shade. In bad weather, the Copper Spur holds its own. The rainfly is durable, the structure is solid in wind, and ventilation keeps condensation in check. That's why you'll see it praised across so many reviews. It balances low weight, comfort, and reliability better than almost any other tent. If you want something in the same class but with slight tweaks, the Nemo Dagger Osmo 2 is a good option. It's a little heavier but roomier thanks to its near vertical sidewalls and wider floor plan, and its Osmo fabric has improved water resistance and less stretch than standard nylon. The Durston X Mid 2P takes a different approach. It's a trekking pole tent that offers a ton of interior space per ounce at a much lower cost than the Duplex, but it isn't freestanding, so setup takes more practice. And if you want more comfort at a lower price and don't mind carrying extra weight, the REI Half Dome SL2 Plus is still a very solid choice. Overall, the Copper Spur UL2 isn't the lightest, and it isn't the cheapest, but if you want one tent that just works for almost every trip, it's the one that hits the balance most hikers are looking for.